Now today's video is going to be especially awesome because we're going to be going through 7 of my favorite high income ETFs that yield anywhere from say 12% upwards to 40+%. We're going to be going over each one of these ETFs in detail, share with you guys what they are, what they have to offer, but most importantly, I'm going to share with you guys how much you would have to spend as far as buying every single one of these in order to retire off the dividend income that they pay out. Now, most people think that you need to have millions upon millions of dollars invested in different dividend paying stocks and ETFs in order to retire off the dividends completely, but I went through all the math and I'm going to share with you guys towards the end of today's video exactly how much you would need in order to achieve this. So if you want to see all the ETFs along with all the numbers, definitely stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has already helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker, the one I use all the time on my videos, has also helped so many investors stay organized and has actually helped them see their dividend income grow. Well, today I have something even better for you guys. When you click the first link down below in my description and you grab my A to Z dividend investing ebook, today you're not only going to get the ebook, but you're also going to be getting the custom dividend tracker, which you can use to track your own dividend income ongoingly. Get direct access to my personal email where you guys can email me any questions regarding dividend investing. You're also going to receive a link to view all of my holdings inside my 7-figure dividend portfolio and see all the positions I add and take away ongoingly. And you're going to get for absolutely free my brand new high yield dividend investing ebook where I show you the power of maximizing some of these high yielding ETFs and teach you everything there is to know about that also. This is going to be your one shot to grab everything inside of one single bundle, but you got to move quick because I'm not going to offer this for long. Now with all that, let's get back into the video. So the ETFs we're going to be talking about today's video are some of my favorite high income ETFs across the market. Like I mentioned during the intro, we have SPY, we have the NASDAQ 100 high income ETF, we have BTCI, we have MEGI, we have WPay, we have JPIE, and we have HOOW. Now all these ETFs pay a ton of income relatively speaking, and I can guarantee you, you guys all either have at least one of these in your portfolio, and if not, you've definitely looked into at least one of them. Now first, just to go over some of the basics about each one of these ETFs, and if you guys want to see me dig deep into any of these, I've made videos about all of them on my channel in the past, so definitely check out some of my other videos. But first we have SPY, the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF. This is my favorite high income ETF across the entire market. It offers around an 11.94% distribution rate. It offers S&P 500 exposure, but through a high income strategy. This ETF pays a very consistent, around 50 cents per share per month-ish. SPY has been super consistent. This ETF is definitely a sleep well night one for me as far as a high income ETF goes. Now another great one is the NEOS NASDAQ 100 high income ETF, another one that you guys probably have or if not have definitely looked into. The distribution rate for this is around 14%, not bad whatsoever. Offering NASDAQ 100 high income exposure, this ETF has also been very consistent as far as how it trades, as far as how much it pays per share per month, around 60 cents on average. Next up, we have BTCI. This one has been dipping as of recent as Bitcoin's been dipping, but it's recovering pretty nicely, at least as of so far. We're talking about Bitcoin high income exposure here. This ETF offers around a 26%, 27% almost distribution rate. Not bad whatsoever. Now, the great thing about this ETF is that if you're like myself and you don't really want to have all that much Bitcoin exposure because it's more of a growth asset, you can now get Bitcoin exposure, but through a high income strategy and get paid while holding on to some of that exposure. The last few names before we go over all the final numbers, MEGI, the Magnificent 7 covered call ETF, one of my favorite weekly payers, if not my favorite, on the 35% distribution rate with this one. Very consistent distributions as of recently, and as far as price performance goes, MEGI has been pretty decent as far as staying pretty stable. We next have WPay, almost 39% distribution rate with this one. This one offers exposure to all the single stock weekly payers from Roundhill. Now the last two, we have JPIE, the YieldMax Semiconductor Portfolio Option Income ETF. This ETF has done very well. It hasn't decayed whatsoever since inception. It's grown a little bit and it pays around a 40% distribution rate. Last but not least, we have HOOW, the Hood Weekly Pay ETF, which offers around a 48% yield and also has not decayed. Now the real important part about this video, I want to share with you guys how much you would have to invest in each one of these, how many shares you would have to buy to receive enough money to retire. Now the retirement amount of money that I use for this video's example, because that's the average salary for people in the United States. So if you wanted to earn $60,000 per year in income from these ETFs, based off their current distribution rates, which can of course change in the future. This is all just estimation. This is just for fun for a video. But as of right now, you need around 9,700 shares of SPY, which would cost you around $510,000. Then we have the NEOS NASDAQ 100 high income ETF. We have around 8,000 shares of this one, costing around $433K. BTCI, much cheaper, $219K for 4,820 shares. Now, as the yield goes up, obviously you need less and less to invest, but there's probably more risk associated with that if you ask me. WPay would be around 160K invested, JPIE 2,700 shares, 153,000, and lastly HOOW 2,200 shares. That's all you would need, potentially around $128,000 invested in order to earn $60,000 per year in income. So the cool thing about videos like this is that I'm hopefully opening up your mind to some simple dividend math. I know a lot of you guys probably already do this on your own time. You might look into a dividend paying stock or ETF, and depending on what it's trading at, depending on what yield it's offering, you might ask yourself, well, how many shares of this do I need in order to earn $100 per month? How many shares of this ETF potentially would I need in order to earn enough money to surpass my rent, my mortgage, etc.? And this dividend math is super helpful to stay motivated. And also, if you're to the point where you're living off your dividends, the math is going to be especially important. So now that we went over some of my favorite high income ETFs we talked about, I gave you guys a brief idea of what they are, what they have to offer, and then I share with you guys how much you would need to invest into each one of them in order to earn $60,000 per year in income. I'd lastly, most importantly, have a question for you down below. If for whatever reason you could only hold one of these right here, which one are you buying? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.